like to introduce everyone to our 5th episode of Average All-Stars. This is Mickey Mac.
And I'm Exxon.
And today is September 30th, 2012. I want to go ahead and get right into this actual episode. I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to Alex. He did correct us on the last episode the way I explained the overtime rule. So I'll just get right into it and explain it properly. And this is what I meant the first time. For the actual overtime itself, the way that it works is if your team has possession first and they go down, score a touchdown, the game is over. If the team goes down the field and scores a field goal, then the other team has the opportunity to go down and either match that field goal, or they can go down and win the game by scoring a touchdown. So I did want to go ahead and get right into that again. A shout out to Alex for correcting us on that, and thank you for viewing on that one. But let's go ahead and get into some actual football. I do want to go ahead and talk about some of the games that we just witnessed. Right now, we just looked at Philadelphia. They didn't spank the Giants, but they did beat the Giants, and you know what? They both are in our division. So with that said, I mean, fuck it. If both of them could lose, I would want both of them to lose. Now, did you see anything in that game that you liked?
You know, it was a close game. At first, nothing was really happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Both of them are in the NFC East.
Yeah.
So it's really, like he was saying, for us, Dallas fans, we don't know who we want to win. But, you know, record-wise, this would be the Giants lost twice to a team in their division.
Exactly.
Philadelphia and us. So, you know, I'm glad what happened. Hopefully Dallas will whoop on both of them.
Exactly. And, I mean, we can only hope for that.
Yeah.
Now, I did want to talk about some other games. As Jesse mentioned before, when we were watching the games, a lot of these games, everyone's saying, give us back the replacements. They want the replacement reps. And the reason why they want that, and I know it's selfish when you think this way, but you want the replacement reps because they called good plays on your team, but they called, you know, nasty, dirty plays on the other team. Now they want those same reps because they were winning, and now they're losing. You know.
So we can go into a few games. One game that was like that was that New York Giants game. Towards the end, all of a sudden, all these penalties were getting called, and people were like, "What the heck's going on?" You know, it's the last minute. These guys need to kick a field goal. I mean, some of them, needed to be called.
Exactly.
But how about we just transition over? Let's go to the New Orleans and Green Bay game.
That game right there, I saw New Orleans trying, and they still. I mean, Green Bay took it out at the end. I mean,
and that became a 28-27 game. New Orleans Saints still have not seen a win.
Yeah, they're 0-4.
Yep.
So another game I want to talk about real quick is the Washington-Tampa Bay game. We watched some of that game as well, and watching some of that game again. Washington's in our division. We want them to lose, but Tampa Bay had that game pretty much locked. The problem is that they just let RG3 run all over them.
Yeah, and then it came back and they scored on Tampa Bay, so that took Washington to the 2-2 record.
Exactly.
Tampa Bay went 1-3.
Yeah, 1-3. I do want to give definitely a shout out to these teams that are 4-0. I mean, if you're on a team that you're a fan of a team that's 4-0, and you've been a fan of that team for years and years, definitely congratulations. That's where your pride should be coming up.
And here's a few of them I want to talk about. One of them, the Texans, Houston Texans, 4-0. I think that is franchise history right there. It's never happened to them. And now I want to take you to something I've never seen before. Never heard of any of these fans before. Never seen them ever, except for when they went to the Super Bowl, and they should have won that Super Bowl. I only know of one fan, and I'll say his name right now, Dustin. Doc, we know that you're a Arizona fan, and they went against Miami today, 24-21.
Exactly. Yeah, they did win that game, and again, like Jesse said, they are 4-0. That game again, I felt Miami had that game locked, and Arizona took it away from them at the end.
And see, with that game, okay, so they're 4-0, 24-21. They won over Miami. So is it the quarterback? Do you feel that the quarterback now is doing what he has to do, or are you still iffy about him?
Well, I mean, he has not yet proven himself to me. He's one of those quarterbacks, kind of like RG3, that, you know what, people gather around him when they're doing good. Mm-hmm. But it's what I believe, it's what you can do when no one's around you. Kind of like, even though I hate to say this, and Philly, you're going to love this, but, I mean, Vic, when no one was around Vic was still doing what Vic had to do. He was still that quarterback that everyone wanted him on a team. I know the whole pit bull thing they didn't like. Quarterback-wise, Vic is still a hell of a quarterback.
And then we have a few more games. We have the New England and Buffalo game. Buffalo looked like they were doing really well. And then out of nowhere, it became a 52-28 game. New England gets the win.
Yeah, they got blown out basically right after they scored 28 points.
And I don't like New England. I really don't. But they won against Buffalo.
Exactly.
Buffalo, I kind of like them because historically they have a lot of heart. Going to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row.
Exactly.
Losing all 4.
Exactly.
2 to Dallas, you know. That's, I mean, I want to see them do well because New England, I mean, they've had it for a decade. It's time for somebody new in that damn division.
Exactly. I mean,
no offense.
I do want to go ahead and talk also about the 34 San Francisco 0 Jets. Again, I mean, San Francisco, I'm going to give them props for that. I still don't like San Francisco. So all the way at the end, I mean, I want San Francisco to lose pretty much all the games that they have. I know people out there say the same thing about Dallas, but I can take it. I'm a big boy. I can take it. You know, another team I did want to just talk a little bit about was the Seattle and the St. Louis Rams. I had told a coworker at work that I do see Seattle losing their next 2 games. So this was one of them.
He's a Seattle fan?
Yeah, he is a Seattle fan. They again, I mean, fans come out of the woodwork, but it is what it is. I mean, as far as the next game, they do play Carolina, and I see Carolina winning that one. You know, so let's go. I do again. Jesse did mention Arizona. He did also mention Houston. Want to mention the last one, Atlanta. Atlanta is 4-0. Atlanta is a beast this year. So you definitely have to be aware of Atlanta. So again, I just want to wrap up the actual football part, but I do want to go ahead and talk about exactly what Jesse's playing with right there. He's playing with his 2 lizards or reptiles. Me and Jesse did go to the Wasatch Reptile Expo, and by going to these expo, you can
this
tell
one's crazy.
This one is crazy. With these actual expos, check them out on Facebook. So again, Wasatch Reptile Expo. They're running right now raffles. You want to definitely take a look at these raffles that they're running because you can win big. You know what I mean? Like their Facebook page. Definitely, you know, let them know that you support them. Go out to the expo. They run it every single year.
It was a lot of fun. You got to see a lot of different reptiles. I mean, lizards, snakes, tortoises. You had
an alligator.
You even had an alligator there. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff, and they were selling them. You could buy equipment. You could buy the actual animal. Like, I mean, I got this little bearded dragon, man. He was only $20.
Exactly.
Normally, you know, and they get pretty dang big.
Normally, you go into a local store, and, you know, sad to say that, but normally you go into a local store, and they want, for these bearded dragons, they want $40, $50. You know what I mean? So if you go to the expo, this is where you can get some real good deals. These are local stores that are at the expo. Some of them are out of state. Some of these stores, they actually are, or some of these stores, they actually get these reptiles that are from the tropics, things like that. So you definitely want to look into it. We're going to put up a lot of photos, some video. We have a couple of videos that are pretty interesting.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting. Yeah. So it was fun overall. Like, it was a good thing to do for the day, you know, especially for a Sunday after football, or, you know.
Exactly. I mean, bring your kids out, you know, show your love, show your support, and you know what? Sometimes you could even buy one. Just buy one. Take one home, you know, start loving these events, start loving these reptiles. You know, whatever you're into, again, we're going to go ahead and reach out and make sure we give a shout out to them. So again, Wasatch Reptile Expo, check them out. It's every single year, and Also, like
them on Facebook.
Like their Facebook, yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into some sports rally. All right, so the sports rally, we played a game on Saturday. We had 2 games. First game was a flashback, 12-5. The first half of it, doing good.
Okay.
Did swell. It looked like it was a close game. Next half, the team that won dominated. Got it 12-5. Second game was a little more balanced throughout the whole thing. It was a good defensive game, and that game ended up to be a 12-10 game. I'd like to thank everybody that came out. A lot of faces, and a lot of the old everyday Saturday sports ralliers came out to play. So good, good on that. And I also, Nelson, baby Nell, make a shout out to him. He got injured, got a sprained ACL. So he's over there on crutches over here, you know.
Yeah.
He got bed rested. So yeah. So he got injured, but all in all, good weekend. Like I said, football is not scheduled officially every week until our event, which is October 13th. If you're going, add it. If you're not on our page, add our page, and then add the event. And after the event starts, that will be the first event of the officially weekly scheduled SR football games.
So definitely look out for those games again. Just remember that annual October 13th event. Definitely like that. Not only like that event, but go out, support. Even if you, again, like we talked about on our last episodes, even if you go out just to show support, come out, show support. I mean, we love that.
And I also like to say that event will be carried on the Hunter High field, and I actually want to get into the Hunter High game.
Okay.
So Friday night, the Hunter High game played. Hunter played on homecoming, so it was their homecoming. They went against Granger, the G House. The G House, everyone was like, you know what, this is crazy. You know, Hunter High has to put up a fight. First half of the game, no one was scoring. It was like, you know, going back and forth, but no. Yeah, it was a defensive game. Second half came, all of a sudden, bam, it came to a 34-14 game. Hunter wins it. It was packed, it was crowded, so it was a good way to go out on homecoming. So, you know what, it was a fun game, and going out to events like that's always great to do. So, I went to Hunter, so Hunter Pride right here. And so, yeah, it was great to just go out and watch some football, you know?
So, yeah, again, I mean, we do go out to these events. So if you have certain events that you want us to go ahead and just be there, show our love, you know, let us know. You know, we go out to these events.
All right, and is there anything else you want to say?
No, I definitely want to, again, that Wasatch Reptile Expo, hit them up on Facebook. I definitely want to show them a lot of love. These people come out, they let you hold these lizards. They're not pushing anything on
snakes on you.
Exactly. We have pictures with snakes, and it's not because we were just
choking us to death.
Exactly. It's not because we were just you know, there covering it or, you know, at the event. We were there just as, you know, regular average Joes, you know what I mean? AverageAllStarz. We were over there just doing what we had to do, you know, just to enjoy ourselves, and we got to do a lot of.
We were trying to recruit the lizards to come down and play with us, so.
Or at least view the channel.
So, and I also want to make a good shout out to now we know there's somebody watching us out there. I mean, like I said, we had a correction about the overtime.
Exactly.
So at least we have one. At least we have a viewer.
Exactly.
We know that somebody's watching out there. But make us know that even more, you know? So like and comment our stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, I definitely want to let you guys just know a little goal that I have by Thanksgiving, which is, you know, in November. I want to, right now we have close to 300 views on our actual videos, and I'm loving that because that's a lot of support. I mean, some of these shows are a little bit longer, so if you can sit through them and enjoy yourself, I mean, that definitely brings joy to me.
And let us know what you want on them, too.
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to see something different or you want us to talk about something for the next podcast, let us know, because we can't read minds.